So our first piece there, March of the Irish Guards, is based on an old Irish ballad, The Boys of Wexford, which was written to commemorate the Irish Rebellion of 1798. You can find recordings of that online, The Boys of Wexford. A lot of the old Irish groups will do that one. So while Will is getting ready here, we're still working on our timpani tuning skills. It's one of the more difficult things that we ask percussionists to do. They're usually just kind of playing little triangles and snare drums, and there's not really too much to worry about. So it's kind of a unique skill that they're all learning, and I think three different players are back there working on that. So our next song, Let Your Spirit Sing, is a contrast to the first song. The first song is not necessarily it's not your standard march. It's a little bit more, it's Irish, not American, obviously. So it's got a little bit different feel to it. But this next one is way more lyrical, a lot smoother, and it's written by an American composer, still alive. It's kind of neat, you know. The next two songs, it's great to play songs written for these bands by living composers, which is getting better every year. And so Julie Giroux, hopefully saying her name correctly, she was inspired. She heard the Vienna Boys Choir and heard their voices, really loved the way that it sounded. And she was out walking and heard a melody in her head afterwards, and she decided to write a piece here for band, and it's kind of neat. So hopefully you enjoy this one, and I'll give you some more details about our performance at the MICCA Festival between this song and our last song. So, MICCA. For those of you that don't know, I would think I was paying attention. I'm not sure Mr. Clark maybe explained it or not. But no, it's kind of... MICCA is a pretty cool thing that happens up here in Massachusetts. The Massachusetts Instrumental and Choral Conductors Association sponsors these festivals all across the state for bands, choruses, and orchestras at all different levels. And so we get to pick, and it's probably about 6 or 7 places we can go across the state. Some sites are just for choruses, some sites there's one site that has a couple of special things for orchestras. Where we're going down to King Philip down in Rentham, where it's just elementary and middle school bands. And so the kids, we have pretty strict guidelines for the music we choose. At least one of the pieces has to be on a list. One usually has to be a march for the band. I'm not sure exactly what the chorus requirements are, but it's pretty similar. So we have lists to choose from. So we do get to have a little bit of choice to find things that fit what our groups do well. But they do want us playing certain types of pieces and kinds of pieces. And we go there and we play, and there are 3 judges in the back. And if you get to go to the festivals, you may hear them talking, and they're hopefully saying lots of great things and not talking too much about intonation and ends of phrases and things like that. But they give us, and we get these comments, and they fill out sheets. They have some rubrics where they go through and tell us how we've done, and you get placing or medals. You're not really placing, but a medal, gold, silver, bronze, based on how you do against a certain standard. And then afterwards, each of the groups gets a clinic with an adjudicator, which is usually pretty good. Depends on the adjudicator and who comes in and everything. It's always one of those kind of situations. But we've had some really great success with our adjudicators and the people giving us clinics. And that's usually the thing I find the most valuable is the kids hear the exact same things that I usually say, but it's from somebody else, so it means more. There's lots of parents out there who I think probably realize that too. My kids are sitting over there, and I think they listen to their teachers way more than they listen to my wife and I sometimes. So when it comes from someone else, it's really neat to hear. So, as I mentioned, our performance, we're going to be down at King Philip. We're leaving here at 7, but our performance is at 9. And all of the MICCA Festival are open. So, I think Andrew, one of our drummers, is doing both. So if Andrew's folks go, I think if you guys pay to get in, it's like $8 for adults, $5 for students and seniors. If you go to one site, I think they stamp your hand, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe you can go to any of the other sites and still hear the groups. So we perform at 9, our clinic's at 9:30. So anybody that can pop down there would be great to come hear us or go see the chorus. I'm sure most of you will be there, so that'll be great. And as Mr. Clark said, thank you very much for coming out and supporting everybody. Most of these kids are taking private lessons, which makes a world of difference. And that would not happen without all of you out there. Our last piece, the Greek legend Odysseus, on the boat, strapped to the mast. The sirens are out there singing. He's got his crew with wax in their ears so they can't hear the siren songs go mad. He's just strapped there without anything. You're going to hear a lot of cool different sound effects here. Wind. I think at one point we get Odysseus' screams when he hears the sirens. All kinds of cool stuff going on in this one. I think it's a little bit rough around the edges at the end, but we're going to take some time on Thursday to tweak whatever we need to before we head down. So this is a really neat piece, and we're glad to be able to play it. So thanks again for coming, and this is Odysseus and the Sirens.